Happy New Year. This is 2022, and I'm just wishing you more goodness, health, happiness, clarity, adoration, appreciation, prosperity, and respect, and so many other things. I'm wishing you all those things that you are dreaming about. I'm like, I want you to have more. I want you to have more love, more respect, more credibility, more prosperity, more peace, more clarity, all these things. I want you to have more. I want you to have more of it. So happy New Year. Happy New Year. So I am the host of the Better You Leadership podcast and the founder of the Better You Project. My name is Angela M. Odom. The Better You Leadership podcast is an ongoing journey to become better leaders. Ultimately, when women put some of these tips, techniques, and tactics in place, they build their skills and their leadership capacities. Boom! So, this podcast teaches women the nuances of personal development with the intent of earning more respect and revenue. So every Tuesday at noon, for sure, you will find us on Facebook and on YouTube. And so I'm so happy to just to announce that I started this podcast, the Better You Leadership Podcast, January 9th of 2021. Boom! And I tell you, my goal was to get 1,000 streams, like 1,000 separate times that someone watches or listens to the Better You Leadership podcast. And my goal was January 1st. And guess what? Bam! On January 1st, this morning, earlier this morning, early this morning, there were 1,001 listens or plays is what it's called, PLAYS, right? And that's not saying people listen the entire time. It's saying they popped on there to listen. I can look at all of the metrics and tell how long people stayed, that kind of thing. But guess what? I met the goal. Now, I, I'm back to you. I'm going to insist that this is the last year we make excuses, you and I. This is the last year we make excuses. So in 2022, I'm going to ask you to finish at least 3 projects you've been whining about, talking about, wishing, praying, and lying about. Make this the last year to make excuses about that thing you want to see manifested, that person you want to show more love and respect to. You want to receive it. So make this the last year that you talk about your resources or you blame somebody else for whatever it is. Make this the last year, right? 2022. I know we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Guess what? These infrastructure jobs, somebody's got some jobs, right? I mean, the medical care, medical system itself, whoa, somebody's got some jobs. And oh, by the way, if you don't like what you're doing, you don't like the people you're working with, you don't like that, do something different. I'm just saying. And I know I don't want to be dismissive, but I want to tell you that um, whatever time you can carve out to work on your thing, then carve it out. You might only have 10 minutes because you might have a bunch of beautiful kids that you got to love on. You might have, you a lover that you got to love on. You have to, these other projects, you have parents, you have all these things. But guess what? In 2022, let's just declare together that we are going to finish at least 3 projects. That is not building somebody else's empire or their ego. It's for you. It's for me, right? So finish at least 3 projects you've been whining about, talking about, wishing, praying, and lying about. It's the last year for excuses. All right. Again, so my name is Angela M. Odom. I'm the founder of the Better You Project and host of the Better You Leadership podcast. And saying Happy New Year, right? And I do want you to know that eating collard greens and black eyed peas with cornbread on New Year's Eve or on the first day of this new year is not enough to manifest a fabulous life. It's not, right? And so, first of all, just why are you even eating it? Know what you're doing, right? There's a lot of products and services that uh, sometimes people do it for marketing reasons of why we do something. What's a tradition and what's linked to a season. So sometimes these dishes have become tradition, and you need to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Where did that come from? For me, my mom, right? Had some collard greens, some black eyed peas with cornbread, some black eyed peas with rice, and some cornbread, right? And have some kind of pork in it. And you better believe a couple of days ago, I made sure I had my collard greens ready, my black eyed peas, cornbreads, all that stuff is ready. All that stuff is ready. And I'm still going to do the work, right? So let's just back up and figure out, talk through this whole black eyed peas things. So lots of people I know, especially people in the South, and I served 27 years in the United States Army. So I met people from all over the world. Yeah, all over the world. And so we know that, I know that traditionally in the South, this is a thing to eat black eyed peas, cornbread, and collard greens, right? Happy New Year. I see you. Happy New Year. So, what when you start doing your research, when I started doing my research, right? Because I want to know, why am I doing this thing? That's how we get into these whole generational curses. We don't know why we're doing what we're doing. So, just do the research, right? So, what I found is that black eyed peas were part of the Jewish New Year as early as 500 AD. In addition, the tradition of eating black eyed peas with rice has African origins. And the story goes that legumes, peas and stuff, were a significant crop grown in the South during the Civil War. Because they were considered livestock food, the Union soldiers left the supply untouched, right? So they're thinking, hey, I'm too good for that. The Confederates dined on the peas and the fatback that the Union soldiers avoided. They kind of considered themselves fortunate just to have food. So that's a mindset thing, right? This led to the idea that dishes such as Hoppin' John and cowboy caviar bring you some luck. So that's where that came from. And then in many families, black eyed peas and greens are cooked and served with cornbread. I use Jiffy, like the box that comes with this everything's mixed. I just had to add my egg and my milk, and that's it. And my mom, she used to make it from scratch. I'm not doing that, right? So the honey colored bread represents gold for even more prosperity. So we're talking about the greens of prosperity, and the cornbread because of the color prosperity, right? So then if you added like stewed tomatoes, you have more wealth with health to boot, right? So all that thing. I don't have any stewed tomatoes. Um, my son has some kind of aversion to tomatoes, which is kind of crazy, but whatever, let's stay focused. So even the pork in the form of fatback, hog jaws, or bacon is considered lucky in many cultures. However, we're not having that. For my collard greens, I have turkey in mind, right? And because I don't want my arteries clogged up, so I want to get out of that mindset of the whole pork thing. I think that's too much. So in the South, cured meat was the most readily available meat during the winter and made a delicious addition to the New Year's Day meal. And so I'm not sure what your family eats today, but I want you to know that eating collard greens and black eyed peas with cornbread on New Year's Eve or on the first day of the new year is simply not enough to manifest a fabulous life. It's your habits. It's your habits, right? It's your habits. And so there's a quote by Aristotle. It is, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence then is, it's not an act, but a habit. So I'm here just to tell you to guard your habits, guard your routines, guard your mindsets, and guard your time. Right. So today, for me, my goal is to build a larger platform based on using my Better You Leadership podcast as a foundation, right? And today is January 1st, 2022. In a few hours, I am going to be part of a team of hostesses. That how you say that? Hostesses at a local mayor's inauguration. So I believe that I show up for myself first and I serve others from the overflow. So that's why I'm here, right? So that's my goal is to build this platform. So I have to show up and then I'm going to serve the mayor from my overflow. That's a whole mindset thing I want you to get. Whatever it is you're doing, right? So food's ready and all that stuff for the folks that live in my house. That's what I'm saying. Show up for myself first, and then I'm going to go eat some other stuff, right? I am. I'm going to go and serve some other people, but I have to serve the people in my house first, right? And so that's what I wanted to share with you on this first day of 2022. Happy New Year. I'm wishing you more goodness, more health, more happiness, clarity, adoration. I want people to adore you and appreciate you. I want you to have more prosperity. And with all of that, more respect. First of all, respect for yourself. I want you to have more respect for yourself, for your time. Guard your habits, guard your routines. And, when somebody is talking to you about this is what we do, step back a second and understand what they mean. And if that is indeed good for you, benefiting you, benefiting your family. If it's not, then say thank you very much, bam, and keep it moving. So there you go. So my name is Angela Odom, the host of the Better You Leadership Podcast and the founder of the Better You Project. And I want to invite you to participate in the Women's 3-Hour Leadership Intensive. We're 56 days away. It's on February 26th. So go to Better You, www, the Better You Project / women. You got a dash in there, leadership - intensive, right? And so we'll see you. Go ahead and register now. Make sure you're good. Some people like, I don't want to do that because that's virtual. I don't want to do that with a bunch of people. So if you're ready to become a more trusted and effective leader and you want like a one-on-one experience with me, then schedule a virtual fit session with me. And you go to angelaodom.com / leadership capacity. And that's all together, leadership capacity. And we'll talk through what the program in what the program involves, and then actually work towards what you want. That's what that's about. It's not about me, it's about what you want. You just need a little support. So the Better You Leadership Podcast teaches women the nuances of personal development so that they earn more respect and revenue. And I'm here for you. And I want to just say Happy New Year. Have a blessed day. And remember, them collard greens and black eyed peas is not enough. It's your habits. It is your habits, your habits, your habits, your habits. Well, take care and may the good Lord continue to bless you and yours. Again, I want to tell you that my name is Angela M. Odom, and I want you to know that I am rooting for you. Take care.